we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll move on to our final premier game before we go into some of our other games on the show, folks. We will now head into this game between Texas and Georgia. Texas went in between the hedges in Athens over the weekend, Chris, and the score was a beatdown, a critical beatdown. Georgia wins 35-10, leaving no doubt that they were underdogs in this one. They found a way. Look, we talk about Mr. Dunny was talking about putting belt the ass on the Gamecocks. Georgia put belt the ass on the Longhorns over the weekend.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Georgia showed why they were the favorite heading into this one, and did what the favorite's supposed to do: win and some. And Georgia just Kory. We talked about how they played last week against Mississippi State, and I felt like that game was as Georgia continues this season. That's the turning point. That's when Georgia basically played a complete game. And it carried into this week. This team has found itself. They know who they are. Is this your most dynamic Georgia team? No. Is this a team just full of first round draft picks on defense? No. Same can be said about offense. But they have talented guys, well coached, disciplined guys that will make you pay for mistakes. And when they play Georgia disciplined, Kirby Smart football, this is a team. It might not be the prettiest, but if you are lacking on your pimping, they'll embarrass you. And if you come ready to play ball, y'all can go toe to toe. And Georgia may win, they may not win. But what you ain't gonna do is beat Georgia easily, Kory. I know that much. And this is a tough team. This is a tough team that I feel like can play with anybody in the nation. Um, I don't know if their ceiling is a national championship, but hey, when you have Kirby Smart as your head coach and he is someone with multiple championships, he knows what he's doing. That is an X factor that you have to account for. And in big time games, I feel like he and his staff can definitely scheme up game plans to embarrass you and win games and play better than you anticipate. And that's what happened. I feel like here in this one, he definitely embarrassed Texas, and he and his staff put on a master class. And Gunnar Stockton, Kory, this is like breakout player of the SEC. I mean, he's a legitimate quarterback. We got to talk about him as one of the top three in the league, I think. A week in and week out, he's just balling, making the right plays, throwing for touchdowns, not turning the ball over. He's really caught his stride and has leveled up into being the guy that Georgia needs to lead this offense. The offense isn't carrying him. He has taken control and taken charge of his team and is leading this offense.
You're absolutely right, Chris. Gunnar Stockton, he's been playing on fire like the last couple weeks. Like let me go ahead, folks, and give you his stats if you weren't aware over the weekend. So Gunnar Stockton, 24 for 29, 229 yards, passing, 4 touchdowns. He did throw one interception. And yeah, he also had one rushing touchdown, 6 carries for 29 yards. He ended the day with a 94.4 QBR. The man was electric. The man could not be denied. the man, the, this level of play that Gunnar Stockton has been playing with right now can take Georgia far in these playoffs. I'm saying so far we could be seeing Ohio State possibly taking on Georgia for a national championship. Hell, that might be your national championship. With Georgia playing like this. Yeah. This team isn't to be reckoned with right now. They're clicking on all cylinders. And hey, I tip my cap off to what Kirby Smart has done with this team. And look, we know this about Kirby Smart. One thing we know about him, Chris, he's going to find ways to motivate his team to get far each year. And whether they get through the first round or they finally get to a national championship, he's going to find ways to get them far into playoff contention. And in terms of this season, I think yeah, I think they definitely have the pedigree now to make it far into the CFP. So, hey, shout out to Georgia because man, they definitely took Texas to the woodshed, which has me now segueing into Texas. Steve Sarkisian, this is your third straight loss to the Georgia Bulldogs as the head coach of this football team. We've known all season that Texas has struggled with the offensive line, with Arch in general. We've seen it. It reared its ugly head on Saturday, Chris. And now, I gotta say it, they look like dead man walking right now, going into that A&M game.
Yeah, man.
And that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. We're gonna we're gonna learn just how much pride these Longhorns have in that game. A playoff spot might not be on the line, but to give yourself the best chance, you got to show up and you got to win that game. And besides the playoff, it's A&M. It's your little brother. Let's just keep it a buck. A&M is Texas' little brother, and little brother's having a great year. Little brother is showing his ass. You can't let little bro show out on y'all. You got to remind them who big bro is. Y'all A&M. We Texas. So just for that alone, Kory, you got to show up and win that game. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, for you to even be in the conversation to try to sneak into the playoff, that'll go a long way in boosting your resume by being a top 3 team in the nation. So we'll see. But yeah, Texas, um, you gotta get this together, man. You can't let little bro beat you.
Nah, you can't let you can't let little bro beat you because once you do that, then we're gonna have some real problems.
You have some problems because not only are you not in the playoff, but little bro beat you. It's a double whammy.
Oh man, you can't let that. You can't let those engineers over there at College Station, whoop your ass for 4 quarters. You can't do that.
It's one thing if you lose to little bro, but we 10-2 or 11-1, and we in the playoff, and we're gonna play for a chance to win championship. You let little bro beat you now. What you 8-4, Kory?
Yeah.
And out the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, them folks in Austin gonna be sick. Sick.
Yeah, and that's not where you want to be at this point of the season. Look, you had high hopes this season. Look, we remember, Chris, SEC media days. Half the media they were paying attention to the Texas Longhorns. They were trying to
This the year.
get
This year,
scoops
y'all
from
said
Arch.
you were building to.
Yeah.
You were building towards this season.
Yeah. Like the hoopla was all about Arch Manning and building towards a national championship Texas team led by Arch Manning and returning players. You had guys like Wingo, you know, coming back.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a slew of players. Um, yeah, it's
Baxter.
yes, yeah, CJ Baxter, Livingstone, all of these guys, like, and this is what you've produced this season. Like, man, the hype definitely did get this team, and I kind of feel like sometimes I gotta put this team right next to South Carolina as like disappointing SEC teams out there.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Be,
definitely.
because the
We could
expectations
say
were
they
high.
are more of a disappointment. This was a team people were talking about winning 11 games
Mm-hmm.
minimum. Minimum.
Mm-hmm.
People thought they would sweep through the regular season undefeated. We beat Ohio State. We beat Georgia.
You heard
Not
that.
only did you lose to those teams, you have lost to Florida, who fired their coach. You let this Florida team beat you.
I
That's
know.
bad.
I know.
That loss is not aging well.
It's really not. Oh man. So yeah, man, it sucks. If you're a Texas fan, you know you were definitely hoping for a huge season, and you have not gotten it at all. So it is what it is at this point, Chris. And yeah, Donnie also said it would be up to A&M to beat Texas to go 12-0 and deliver the 8-4 blow to the Longhorns. That would be poetic after last year. Yeah, Donnie, you're absolutely right. It would be poetic, and you know those guys at A&M have been thinking they probably have that clock ticking just like Ohio State has that Michigan clock ticking for the game. Like they are waiting for the Longhorns in that one. And that game is going to be in Austin. Like they can't wait.
Yeah. And they would love nothing more but to show out in Austin on the road to just beat them down in their hood. Oh man, yeah. No, Donnie's cooking. Donnie is right for sure, bro. And I can see it now. That A&M gonna try to run the score up.
Oh yeah,
They gonna
it's
try to run the score up. Ain't no calling the dogs. It could be less than a minute left in the game. If they at the 5 yard line, they gonna try to score, Kory.
absolutely like
Even if it's a blowout, another
yeah.
6.
Yeah, another one. That's what exactly how that's gonna be the whole demeanor in that whole game. He's like, oh, we got the ball again. Okay, you know what's about to happen in Texas? Another one, another touchdown.
Man,
It's it might get ugly if
it
Texas
might.
is ready.
It might.
So,
That's yeah.
no, you're right, Chris. It's all about at this point if who's motivated. Are you ready to finish the season out the right way? Because it has not went your way. If you are, then yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens because you know an opportunity is there to knock down your rival at the end of the day. So
Mm-hmm.
you know all is there for that to happen. But how the way we've seen this Texas team, I don't know. A&M they're riding high right now.
And it's riding high. They are a wild card too, which makes this game that much more interesting.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, man.